Welcome. That is loud. I greatly apologize for that, but welcome to Tier List Tuesdays, guys. This is obviously a very exciting time. This is one of our extra little things that we like to do. And let's really get into it because last week we did Marvel Phase 1 movies. And of course, you guys voted for the next one, which is Marvel Phase 2. Makes sense. Go to Phase 1. And it seems like we're going to be continuing on because obviously Phase 3 is going to be on the next tier list. We'll see if we can keep this bout going. But I'm your host, John. Very nice to see people. Gonna take a while so people can get into the show. It was quicker than I thought it would be, but that's neither here nor there. But welcome, of course, Lizz to Tier List Tuesday. Lizz, how are you doing on this wonderful Tuesday? Now, well, for us, Wednesday, but
I'm well. I'm looking forward to this heated discussion. Who knows? Maybe it won't be a heated discussion. Maybe it'll be a lukewarm discussion. Maybe we'll all agree. For some reason, though, there's one in there that I definitely think we're going to be chit-chatting about. But I'm looking forward to it.
But welcome, everybody. Let's hope we can get some people in here. Caleb in the chat. Movie Spud in the chat.
Linking. Place your votes.
In the chat so you guys can vote on your own you can vote on your own list, and we'll see by the end of the show what you guys voted. So all right, now let's get the fucking
John, I think we voted exactly the same way. Or did you not vote?
I didn't vote yet.
Well then. Looks like I'm the majority right
now. But let's get into, well, the first thing we're going to be getting into is obviously we got to go over last week, which was Phase 1. Here we have our own list that I had to redo, but that's okay. I don't think it saved my stuff from last time, or I think it's because I'm logged in now. But we're good. This was our list. We voted the only thing we agreed on was like Iron Man was S tier, and I think First Avenger was A tier, but I think everyone else we kind of disagreed on. But I'm okay with this. So firstly, Iron Man, and you could still technically vote for it for the next 3 minutes. So if you really want to do that, you can. But 8 people voted for Iron Man for S tier, and 3 people voted for A tier. And then 2 people had to come in and ruin the balance by voting Iron Man in D tier. Guys, the fuck? Iron Man D tier? Get out of here. Anyway, then we have Captain America First Avenger. For the most part, it's A tier. 8 votes for A tier, and then 2 for S tier, 1 for B tier, and then 3 for D tier. God, who are these people voting First Avenger D tier? Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's a damn shame, really.
Damn shame. And then Avengers, most people voted S tier. 7 votes for S tier. 4 voted A tier, then 1 for B tier. I think that was mine. And then 1 person D. Guys, come on. I didn't like it initially when it first came out, but I mean, D is kind of pushing it. And then for Incredible Hulk, you had the 1 person S tier. That was me. And then most people voted B tier with 9. 2 voted C tier and 1 voted D tier. For shame. Now, the only one that actually belongs in D tier, but most people voted B tier with 8 votes, and then 1 in A, 1 in C, but 4 in D. And I agree with that part because Iron Man 2 sucks. But then for the very even looking Thor, it was all over the place. You have 1 in S, 2 in A, 7 in B, 2 in C, and then 2 in D. Now we go here, which accounts for the votes. Avengers goes up to S tier, and then for the average votes, everything goes down a couple because of those D tier votes. So nothing is unfortunate. Nothing's in S tier, unfortunately, but Avengers and Iron Man are in A, Captain America, Thor, and Incredible Hulk are in B, and then Iron Man 2 is in C. So yes, that is Phase 1 according to you guys. Caleb didn't get a chance to look at this, but Captain America, I agree, is really good. Avengers is a classic. That's pushing it. And then, I mean, Hulk is better than 2003. Yeah, of course. It sucks. And then I love Captain America and Avengers as well. Well, maybe not Avengers, but I do love Captain America. So this is, of course, phase one. Now, obviously, we go to the poll for last week. Phase two won by a landslide. However, for tier list next week, in addition to MCU phase three, we're kind of unsure if we're going to make it a part one and a part two since there's so many movies, unlike phase one and two. So we'll see. We can go over that with Dan when he comes back next week, or later this week. But in terms of tier list Tuesday next week, and then but second place is Batman actors, and then unfortunately, Alien movies and X-Men movies are trailing far behind with 10% and 8% with the third and fourth choices, so they won't be back on the next one. So MCU Phase 2 won by a landslide. And with that, Phase 3, whether it's part 1 and part 2 or just the whole shebang, just getting it all done in one go, will be on next week in addition to Batman actors. And then whatever else you guys can come up, obviously leave that in the chat. So first things first, we have our picks for the for phase 2 of the MCU. Now, our first order of business is Iron Man 3. This received a mixed to negative response when it first came out. A lot of people were upset on who the Mandarin actually was. They thought it just wasn't a good movie for reasons that still confuse me, but it has received a bit of a rekindling in recent memory. Not as, it's not considered the worst thing ever, but many people still don't consider it like A tier Marvel. When I first watched it, I liked it. I thought it was really good, and I think it's gotten better with age. The fact that like you actually sympathize with Iron Man for the first time is actually like interesting. And obviously Robert Downey, this one actually showcased his acting chops and showed that, oh yeah, I forgot this guy can actually act and not just be himself through many movies. But with how he struggled with PTSD was very well done. I thought his relationship with Ty Simpkins' character was really good. I thought it was overall, it was more about the character rather than the action, but it still delivered on its proper action. I thought Shane Black did a really good job. I know people hated the twist. I didn't mind the twist. I thought Guy Pearce did a good job as the villain. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous as to why he becomes a villain. Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, but I still think it was overall a good movie. I'd probably put it in A tier. Liz is probably looking at me disapprovingly. She probably wants to put it in B
This was the
tier.
one I knew we were gonna have a discussion about, because I think that's kind of been the theme overall, is that people, like you said, initially didn't like it when it first came out, but as time has gone on, people are like, no, it actually holds up. It's pretty good. For me, I've not seen it recently. Well, that's not true. I did, but it was kind of playing in the background. I put it in C because it just doesn't do it for me, unfortunately.
Hello,
But
Ron.
again, I respect how y'all feel about it. And
Well,
again, you've probably seen it more often than I have.
I think I saw it one time since I saw it in the theaters, and I remember, but again, that was a long time ago. So I put it in A, you put it in C. Why don't we meet in the middle of the road and put it in B?
I'm happy with that.
I think that's good. So let's put Iron Man in B tier. Now, the next one is Thor the Dark World. This is another one that many consider very weak, and I would kind of agree. However, I don't have a giant hate boner towards Thor the Dark World. When I first watch it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of generic. And that's it. Just like kind of a generic, like, I don't think it was like the ire of Marvel fans. Oh my God, this was horrendously awful. It was fine. It was like a decent fantasy action flick. Like, not horrible, not great, but maybe slightly lesser than average, but nothing too bad. I would put it in C tier,
That's
but
where I put it as well.
I can understand people putting it in D or F tier. Even under pounds of makeup, I still think Christopher Eccleston did a pretty good job with it. So, I'm putting Thor the Dark World. We both put Thor the Dark World in C.
That's
Now
where I put it.
Guardians. All right, let's just put that in S and
Thank
move
you.
on.
That's why I changed my last name to Marvel. It was that movie. It completely changed the game. It was something we had
Um
never seen before. 100%.
And then we have Cat. Okay, let's just there we go.
I
And
put that in A myself.
oh, okay. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Okay. So for okay, let me explain myself. I'm sorry. I thought we agreed on that one. I apologize. But okay. So Winter Soldier is probably my second favorite Marvel movie of all
Nice,
time.
nice.
I think it's phenomenal. I love the movie. The only thing that's bad for me personally is that the action is terribly shot. I do think that the action is like that shaky cam, jumping
Yeah,
cuts every 2 seconds.
yeah.
But I think overall it is still a pretty great movie. And I would say S tier. However, I would settle for A tier if you want to, if I
I'm
agree
fine
with
with
you.
it. You know, it leads us into Civil War, which I have said is my favorite before pre Avengers. So yeah, that's totally fine.
We did on James Gunn's films list. We did put Volume 2 in S tier, and we will get into that soon with Phase 3. So but yeah. Oh, Caleb saying Volume 1 is overrated. I can kind of see that.
No,
I think
no.
the ending is a little bit iffy, but I would still put it in.
Yeah, the ending, sure, but it's again, it was so different from anything we've seen previously at that point that
Yeah.
it just you're sitting there in the theater and your mind is absolutely fucking blown. It's a totally different
Yeah.
level for
Also,
sure.
hello Monique, welcome to the chat. I think and Movie Spud as well. Oh no, Movie Spud did say something before. So yes, welcome and M2G to the chat. Hello M2G. Now we get to Avengers Age of Ultron. This is also one of my favorites. This is probably my third or fourth favorite Marvel movie. Um After I was very disappointed at the time with the first Avengers movie, I thought Age of Ultron pretty much delivered everything that I wanted in a sequel. It was darker in tone, it gave us a better villain, it gave us more of the camaraderie between the actual Avengers. I think the humor was overall really good. James Spader delivers such he's still one of the best, if not like the best, like MCU villain of all time. I know not a lot of people liked it when it first came out, but I think Joss Whedon, yeah, he's a piece of shit now, but like I think he doubled down on all the stuff that really worked about the first one and just made it even better. This is my favorite Avengers movie of all time. So I would probably put it in S,
That's
but
where I
I
put
would
it.
settle for A if that's what you said.
Nope, I put it in S. That's where I had
All
it.
right, cool. And last
I
but
hope you all are voting out there.
yes. Um, but okay, even I gotta agree. The human lips were a little bit weird, but it wasn't too bothersome for me. It was James Spader, so it's fine. Nitpick. Then we get to Ant-Man. With Ant-Man, I do have a bit of ire with this one because I was really fucking pissed when Edgar Wright was taken off the project essentially because they're like, "Oh, let's not have one of the most creative directors in Hollywood work on this really interesting idea for us. Nah, let's get the guy who did Yes Man to fucking work on it." And it's like, "Okay." So I'm going to be probably pretty biased with this. I don't think it's a horribly like atrocious movie by any means. It's just watching it, I can see in like the threads that like this is clear like the tiny bits of Edgar that shine through are really good, but the rest of it is just mid-tier Marvel stuff where it just the villain is kind of bland. The action is like it's good. Paul Rudd's good. The relationship with the characters is pretty good. I think there's a little bit too many characters, and Judy Greer and Bobby Cannavale are kind of pushed to the side. I like the relationship with his daughter. It has good moments, but as a whole, it's just kind of mid. I'd probably put it in C tier with Thor: The Dark World. It's not horrible, but like the really good stuff clearly is all the Edgar Wright stuff, and then everything else that was attached was everything Peyton Reed added, and was just kind of. I agree. I agree. Ant Man was bitter, wasted potential, and if Edgar Wright directed, it would have easily been another S tier movie. So I'm sure we disagree on that one. But what are your
I
thoughts on
put it
this?
in C tier. I like Ant-Man better than most folks, but I understand where everybody's coming from with their opinion. As far as as far as the Marvel film is concerned, it is pretty mid. Even though I do enjoy it, so I put it in C tier myself.
Well, it's funny because actually a lot of people loved Ant-Man when it first came out. They thought it was like
Everybody
the
loves Paul
greatest.
Rudd. It's the power of Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that is true. It's just like everyone was like, "Oh my god," because I think like in combination, people were disappointed by Avengers: Age of Ultron, and then they were like Ant-Man was like kind of unique for the time. So like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. But now as things have gone by, it followed up with two mediocre sequels. Everyone's like, yeah, maybe the original Ant-Man wasn't that great to begin with. So, but that is our list. We'll zoom in on this. And that is our list. Mostly as half of this fucking list is S tier. Personally, I would put Iron Man 3 in A, but Liz put it in C, so we met middle of the road. But we also agree that Thor and Ant-Man, while not bad by any means, are just kind of mid. So, yeah, bros of him and Alicia Silverstone. Those motherfuckers don't age. The cast of Clueless are vampires. Hard yes. But yeah, so I think this is a pretty baller list, if I do say so myself. I very much agree with it. But let us get into, well, first things first, I'm going to transfer over our thoughts real quick on this and just transfer over everything to the live poll. And then let's put that in B tier and then that in C tier. There we go. So let's get into the live poll, and obviously this is still in the chat, so you guys can still vote on it. So there's probably not a lot of
25
votes.
participants. Come on, gang. That math ain't mathin'.
But let's first start off with Iron Man 3, the first of phase 2. So obviously this is most people voted this B tier. I can see why. I know a lot of people were disappointed with this. I still really love it. I still think it's a great movie, but you have the one person that voted in C tier. And then the next movie, I kind of fucked up the order, guys. I do apologize. With how like you add pictures into this is very weird with what they tell you. I don't know. Whatever. But the next one, Thor: The Dark World, two people in B, two people in C, and then the next one, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. Most people voted S tier, obviously, but you have the one person in A tier. I think that was maybe that was Caleb. I don't know, but then we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier, a little bit more even this time, two in S and two in A, and then we have Avengers again, similarly two in S, two in A, and then finally Ant-Man, two in B and two in C. So in terms of the most votes, it's mostly S and B, and then the average vote is pretty much the same. Not a ton of people are voting, so guys, come on, gotta vote. Gotta vote. This might be the quickest tier list yet because
I think
damn
it was,
it.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be like because it's like for the most part agree.
Too easy.
For the most part, I love Marvel Phase 1 to Phase 2. Phase 3, I think after Phase 3, Liz is probably gonna drive to my house with an axe and
No, no,
probably
no.
murder
Listen,
me in
we're
my
all
sleep.
entitled to our own opinions, whether they're right or wrong. It's totally that's
That
you
goes
know.
against the point of an opinion. um So, I really enjoy phase 1 to phase 2. Phase 3 is for me a little bit, but I think this was back when, Marvel was at its absolute peak, and it's a shame we don't have those days once again. But yeah, I would agree with that. Those are probably the best movies to come out of phase 3. But yeah, that's it for the actual tier list. Remember, guys, you have a week. You can still come in and vote, and then we'll show what people were saying next week. Now, in terms of uh this Friday, because obviously we have a fan casting Friday. I posted that yesterday after we went live. So it hasn't been up a long time. So I understand if you guys have not voted yet, but we do have this. Oh, I forgot to zoom in on this one,
Him.
but
And him.
Adam Driver in the DCU was the leftover from last year, and that seems to be winning. So it would kind of be like a reverse fan cast, where instead of, oh, we're fan casting actors for a character, we would be casting characters for one actor. So we'll see how that comes up if it wins. I mean, I voted
That's
Nightwing.
pretty fun.
Mainly because like if I don't vote, it doesn't show up. I don't have the mod powers that Dan has.
I voted for it too.
So Nightwing, I mean, it's a popular character. I would love to see Wolverine, but I kind of agree with Magical Sky Wizard. Fan cast directors. Everyone knows Jared Kiso is the best pick for Wolverine. Spoiler alert, but I agree. So you guys can still vote. Let me refresh. There we go. So Adam Driver in the DCU is at 31%. Wolverine is at 19%. Nightwing is at 29, and directors Absolute Cinema in the DC. I'm not saying Martin Scorsese would be on the list, but I had to use the Absolute Cinema shot. In the DCU is at 21%. So Adam Driver is shirtless. Yes, apparently he did like a perfume ad with a horse, and Dan thought it was really funny.
He
So,
sure did. He sure did, gang.
but I mean, it was better than the shirtless shot in Last Jedi.
I
Wolf.
want to say it was Armani. Maybe it was Versace. Who cares? It was great.
Bulberry, whatever the fuck that was.
Burberry?
Burberry, that's what
Burberry.
I don't fucking wear perfume or cologne, okay? I just shower. So guys,
It was Burberry. Very good.
Wolverines, yes. But yeah, I'm gonna refresh this one more time. So yes, so go vote for the Fancast Friday to see what we will be doing on this Friday. But yeah, well, this was quick.
You're welcome.
I mean, we're pretty good. Like when Lizz is here, we like get through this as quick as we can.
Yeah.
We got to go to sleep. Let's just get through this, guys.
I got shows to catch up on. I got things to do, gang. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we got to go to Snoozeville as it's Lizz's background thingy majiggy.
No one ever asked me what my signs mean. There were 4 movies that came out this past weekend. I was gonna see all 4 of them, and then I was like, meh, I really don't. I'm not interested at all.
And then you fell asleep.
They looked like a Snoozeville, so I said, forget it.
I mean, you know what
a little me time instead.
You know what won't be Snoozeville? Spinal Tap 2.
I'm so excited.
I'm stoked for Spinal Tap 2. Hopefully, I remember to watch it.
Thursday,
but I'm also excited for the Long Walk. Long Walk, I'm very excited for as well.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that too.
But
as much as one can look forward to,
the Sleep Multiverse is a realm I will be attending soon. Well, we all will be attending it soon. So that is it. My bad. But that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you can still click the poll. It's going to be up for a week. I managed to not screw it up. Fingers crossed. But thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And we all appreciate every single one of you. Since this was a shorter show, I can mention all the people. Caleb, M2G, Ron, Monique, Movie Spud, Patrick. I think I mentioned Ron. I don't know if I mentioned Ron, but Ron again. And thank you all for watching. We love and appreciate all of you. And remember, since this is not DC related, we're not putting the DC outro on this one. So you're just going to have to settle for something else. But remember, fuck Jeff Snyder.